What I would say is like, man, I have seen the price of living double, but people's wages have not doubled. And they want to know what creative government solutions people have to solve some of those problems.
And you think about housing, right? And you look at how these hedge fund owners have come in and bought up properties where local people have a hard time becoming owners and occupiers of the properties right here in their home space in Shelby County. You know, and so and it creates a false inflation, right? I have an issue with temporary agencies, but they a lot of these ideas and businesses keep people in poverty, and I always say this: there is profit in poverty.
Period.
There is profit in poverty, and so there are a lot of people, whether it's in some cases businesses, but in some cases politicians, that are generating profit in the poverty.
Well, and I definitely would say that, because what I have learned, and I always say all the time, we have to get elected officials that want the job and not need the job. Because if we start electing people that need a job, and that means, again, there is profit in poverty, because they want to make sure that people stay poverty, because the Bible says what the people will perish because of lack of knowledge. And so that we got to even watch the poverty mindset. We should be wanting to pull people up versus keeping them down. What does it profit me to walk in a room and I see other sisters hurting without telling them and showing them and modeling them the way to get out of poverty? I ain't telling people what I heard. I'm telling people what I know, that if you want to get out of poverty, it's about a choice. But sometimes you don't see that choice because your whole environment is speaking the same language. So if you are an elected official, you should be leading the way to help them out, making sure your policies really is going to benefit the people and not just benefit you when you tell them you working, but in essence, you ain't working because you're trying to keep your job.
It's just speaking some truth, right?
But definitely, it's a lot of clicks. It's a lot of clicks.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.